There we go. It's working now. Hello guys. It's me again. Now I thought I'd do a ranking video here because the other one that I wanted to do, the more sensitive topic, I don't really feel comfortable doing here. I'd rather do it from the comfort of my own room, so I'll do that once I get home. So you're getting a double stream today. So today I was gonna rank some Terraria accessories. So we'll just explain the tiers first. So the top one, the most important of the most important that can't go without. It's either the ones that, the ones that I like the most, the ones that are super useful. Yes, that's the two, like, as in, like, you literally, it sucks to play the game without these accessories kind of thing. The really useful is just under that. They're quite useful for your type of class that you play if you do that kind of stuff. The kind of useful is that they do help a fair amount, but they're not necessary or anything like that. Not as much as the top tier. This one is just the mediocre ones, the meh. Now I might have to look up some of them, just to double check what their bonuses are. So we'll keep this up. We'll keep this up. Amphibian. The next one might be useful in certain situations, like very certain, like for example the mining helmet. It's useful for when you're like going in a cave and you need some light and you don't have any torches, but yeah. The almost completely useless ones that you really don't need or are just ugly as hell. And then practically vanity is like ones that, you wouldn't really bother using. Anyway, let's get started. The adhesive bandage. Now, what it does is it basically stops the bleeding effect, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm like kind of meh with this one because I like saving these up for the Ankh shields, like these two. This one in particular. So I think this one I don't even have it in my inventory, but if you've got it in your inventory, and you get the bleeding effect, you can always just put it on quickly. I do that sometimes with the Bezoa if I get that, which is this green one here. So I'm gonna put it here. It's a good one, it's just I prefer using this. The aglet. These used to be really freaking hard to find. Like really hard to find. There was a stage of the game where it was, but now it's pretty easy. Now it's pretty easy to find the aglets. And for the early stage of the game, I'd say it is kind of helpful. But it's not as good as the Anklet of the Wind, so I'm going to put it in this tier. It's okay for the stage of the game you're in tier, because it is. Now this one, the honey balloon. The amber horseshoe balloon. Yeah, I think it could go in the kind of useful tier. Now, I never really bother using these ones, but the benefits seem pretty good. You get increased jump speed and increasing the maximum safe falling distance, which is pretty decent. However, it's not really that common so I've never really bothered using it before. But I'd say it's probably in this category. Not that good, not that bad though. The Ancient Chisel. You get an extra 25% mining speed. That is lit. Especially in the early game. Angel Wings. Angel Wings. I never go for the Angel or Demon Wings. Absolutely never. Because I know that they're the two of the worst hard mode wings. So I'm going to put it in here. I don't like it at all. The Angler Bobber. That'll be in the fishing section. I just want to check what it... Angler Earring. Increase fishing power by 10%. Yeah, I wouldn't bother using it. I'd save up for the Angler's Tackler box, which is this one, I think. Angler's Tackler bag, which I actually think, hey, that's actually pretty good. If there's one thing that annoys the fuck out of me, it's when my fishing line breaks in the game. But I don't usually bother fishing, so I'll put it here, I reckon. It's decent, but I'm not really the fishing type. Ankh Charm. Ankh Charm. Think we'll put it down here. No, obviously it's up here. It's one of the best. But... oh, fuck it. We'll put it in here. We're being a bit too harsh. It is like, it's a combination of all the... like this one and all the other ones like this. You know, all them like that combination of all of them. So it's obviously an S tier. And the Ankh Shield is better though. It's like it's an Ankh Charm with a Cobalt Shield. Like, come on, it's like the best, one of the best. Like, I cannot go without it. I'd argue that it's the best accessory in the game. But we will have to see about that. Anklet of the Wind. I think it's still in this stage, but it's definitely better than the Aglet because it's faster, like 10%, whereas the Aglet's like 5%. This thing... you see, I'm thinking it's in combat. No? Huh. Apprentice's Scarf. I don't know. I think it's probably in here. Because, like, sentries only really apply for the old one's army. Health and Mana. Arcane Flower. See, usually when I play Terraria, I like having as many enemies around as possible, and the reason being is because it increases the amount of, the chance of you getting drops. But the Mana Flower is really good, so if you're a pacifist in this game, which honestly, I don't know why you would be, it's really not good, I'd go with this one, but because I'm not a pacifist, I'm going to put it down in here, in the B tier. Like, it seems decent, it's got the good effects of the Mana Flower, but it's hindered by the scent. It's got a message on them. And I'll answer that later. Just having a quick look. I don't know what that one is. I don't think it's a movement one. It seems like a fishing one. Or it could be construction. That is not a tool belt. Could that be? I think that is an architect gizmo pack. I don't do building, so it's like practically vanity for gameplay wise. Doesn't mean it's a bad accessory, it's just I don't do building. I genuinely suck at building in Terraria. Okay, this one. That one's got to be a movement one. I don't know what it's called. I know what it is. I know what it is. And if I'm being honest, if I am being completely honest, there's swimming upwards in liquids. Alright, submerged light. Or faint light. If I'm being completely honest, the only thing it's got going for it is this. But like even then I'd say it's probably here. When you look at it like that. Those are the demon wings, I think. So I'll put them here. They're pretty bad. I don't know what those wings are. I'll have to get the wings up. The wings. Look how bad the fledgling wings are. They are so bad. Anyway, I think those wings are like a dev's wings though, which you can only really get on expert mode, so it's like kinda pointless. That's what I'll say about most of the dev wings. They're not bad wings per se, it's just you can only really get them from expert mode bags, and it's like they're not that good anyway. Armor bracing. Another piece of another accessory that I'd never actually wear, but I just it's good to have. Just like this one, it's good to have like in your possession, because it's necessary for this. And it's the same applies to both these ones here. They're good for crafting this. That's pretty much all. So I'll have them here. I'd say that's a fair assessment. The Avenger emblem. Now, if I'm being honest, which I am all the time, I am always honest, like that guy from Kitchen Nightmares says. Sammy from Amy's Baking Company. I am always honest. If I'm being completely honest here, I think I'd rather go for the specific, because I'm usually the type of person that likes to play the class setups. But yeah, the Avenger emblem, I'd say it's in the same category as this, because like you can use it to make the mechanical glove, you can use it to make that sniper scope, I think. it's useful to have in your possession. It's more useful than... Actually, no. No, it's less useful than these ones. The pufferfish balloon. Pufferfish balloon. I'd say it's almost completely useless, though it is good for crafting some other stuff. The heart necklace thing. This is always one that if I find in the early game, I wear. But I don't think it's that useful, in my opinion. I think it's probably... I don't know. Early game, it's not like it really matters if you die. So I'd say it's probably around here. Like, you can use it to craft the Charm of Myths, but I don't think the Charm of Myths is even that useful. It's like a waste of an accessory space. I think, I'm just having a quick look through. The mana one, though. The mana one. Band of Star Power. Definitely better. I'd say I'd wear that one over this one if I was playing the mage. But you don't usually get this one until mid pre-hard mode when you when you're trying to defeat the Eater of Worlds, and by that stage usually I have all my accessories figured out. The bat wings. So solar eclipse is post-plan Terra. You could easily get the Spectre or the Bone Wings, or even the Beetle. Oh no, Beetle's post Golem. But you can easily get one of these two rather than the bat wings, and you need to go through the solar eclipse to get the bat wings, and it's like a rare drop from the vampire. So I think I'll have it here above these two. But if you get it, it's good, but like honestly, it's easier to get the Beetle. It's easier to get the Spectre wings, or even the Mothron wings, and they're better. Plus, at that point, wings wouldn't really make too much of a difference at that point in the game for like bosses. I mean, when you look at it, Golem is like pretty much underground in an underground temple, and you know the arena's not that big. All you need to do is get rid of the traps and have some have a decent hook. I wonder if hooks are in this list. No, probably not, because they're different. Honey cloak. Oh, bee cloak. I actually think this one could be useful in some situations. Could be pretty useful. But no, I personally prefer getting the mana cloak. Say it's around about here. Bee wings. They're a nice little upgrade, so I'm gonna have them here. They're a nice little upgrade to the frozen wings. Especially if you have the angel or demon wings, they're a pretty good upgrade. I didn't realize leaf wings were that bad. Beetle wings. Beetle wings. Beetle wings. I'd say they're okay for the stage of the game you're in. They're pretty decent though. I wouldn't bother wasting Souls of Flight on them too much. Actually, no, they are a bit faster. So I'll have them around about the same as these two. The Bazoor. This one you can get in pre-hard mode, so I'm going to have it here. Because poison debuff, you can actually get this in early hard mode, and the poison debuff is a pain in the ass. A genuine pain. Betsy's Wings. What's that? Berserker's Gloves. Increase defense by 8, melee speed by 12, increases aggro. I never usually bother getting this one, because like you can just get, for this, and this. For these 5, you can just use the Mechanical Glove or the Molten Gauntlet. So it looks better than it actually is. So I'm going to have this one at, I don't know. I think it could be useful if you can't be bothered getting the Mechanical Glove, but I think probably here, upper level of this tier. Betsy's Wings. I mean, come on. You defeat Betsy pretty much at the end game, when you could have one of these wings, one of these ones, so yeah. And I'm sorry to all you Betsy's Wing fans out there. Black Belt. Is that the one that does the dash? 10% chance to negate damage taken. I usually like going for the Master Ninja gear, but I'd say this is actually kind of useful. I think more useful than this. In fact, I'm starting to doubt putting this one up here. But yeah, the Mana Flower is pretty good. Blindfold. In this one, because it's one of the ingredients for the Ankh Shield, Ankh Charm. Of all the clouds in the balloons, or clouds in a bottle, I think the Blizzard's probably the best. So we'll have these up here, the top of this tier. Oh, actually, I don't know. It should be based on the stage of the game. Climbing Claws, I think these are. I'd say they're more useful than the Anklet of the Wind, because it allows you to climb walls, and it's saved my bacon a fair amount of times from dying of falling to death. Which one's combat? Oh, there must be a expert mode only one. There we go. Bone Glove. Adds a crossbone projectile to attacks. I never actually bother using this, so I'd say it's probably here. I always thought it would require bones to be thrown, but I wouldn't use it. Are these bone wings? I think they are. Yeah, I think they're bone wings, these ones. So I'd say they're around about here. If you have them at that stage of the game, decent enough. Actually, no, have them here, I think. This brain thing, Brain of Confusion. No. It's crap. It's not very good. The bundle of balloons. Now, if you actually have 3 shiny red balloons in your overworld, which chances are you don't, it can be pretty decent. But, you know, I think it's pretty useful. It's pre-hard mode, it's pretty useful. What type of wings are they? Are they dev wings? Butterfly wings. How far do the butterfly wings go? I wouldn't really bother with them. If you get them, so be it. But you have to kill like the moths in the underground jungle, and even then you're not guaranteed to get butterfly dust. Celestial cuffs. Celestial cuffs. Let's say they're pretty decent. Not as good as this though, but pretty decent. Same with these two. Celestial emblem. Actually, I'd say this one's probably better. I mean, the 20 mana is good for the calves or whatever. But the 15% magic damage, I think, is just mwah. Oh. The main reason I said this one is so useless is because at that stage of the game you could just get this one here. I don't think it's super useful, but I'd say it's up there. More than these. Not as useful as really good wings, but yeah, Celestial Starboard. That is it is definitely really fast. So I think I'm gonna have it up in this one. In the S tier. This one is just like this one, except not as good. It's the Sunstone and the Moonstone, which gives the extra bonuses at day and night, which is not that good. I don't recognize these wings. I think they're probably dev wings, if I'm being honest. That means... yeah, they're dev wings, so they're practically vanity. Charm of Myths. Personally, I almost never use it. But it's still better than this thing. So I'll have it and might be useful in some circumstances. Under the bat wings. Yeah, round about there. Clothier Voodoo Doll. There, almost completely useless. Unless you want to summon Skeletron again for some reason. I did it in Journeyman mode for the so I could duplicate the treasure bag. Regular cloud and a balloon. Of all the clouds and balloons, I'd say the regular ones are the worst. But they're still pretty useful. They're still kind of useful. Cobalt Shield. I put it up here because getting pushed back while being damaged is really annoying. Okay, so we've gotten through a fair amount of these at the moment. I'm gonna have a quick intermission so I can get my water bottle because my mouth is starting to go dry. Oh. There we go. That's better, I got my water now. Gold ring. Where are the wings there? Couldn't be a combat thing. I think it's probably a miscellaneous one. Yeah, coin ring. Causes enemies to occasionally drop additional coins when damaged. Increases the pickup range. I don't know. By that stage of the game, you should already have a decent source of income. So I think it's probably here, if I'm being honest. The compass. It's pretty much the same situation as these ones, because it's like an ingredient for the cell phone, or like one of the things you need for the cell phone. So I'm gonna have it here. Well, actually no, I think down here is better for these ones, because it's just like, it just shows you east and west where you are. But if you have basic mapping skills, you can do that properly. Now the copper watch. The copper watch. I will say one thing. I'll make the combo ones here up in here, because they'd have like two rather than just one. Copper watch. I don't know what the difference is between it and the other watches, so I might have to look that up. Oh, okay. To the hour. Had a feeling it was something along those lines, but I didn't think it would have been like that. So I'd say it's almost completely useless in my opinion. Almost. Because, like, honestly, what's the point? I'd rather craft like a platinum or gold watch. Counter curse mantra. I actually think it's up here, in my opinion. Because the cursed debuff is a pain in the ass. Like, a real pain in the ass. Yo-yo weight. Considering I don't really play with yo-yos, and when I do, it's like I don't use the counterweights. Spawns a small yo-yo-like projectile when hitting an enemy with a yo-yo. I don't see the point. I consider it upper almost completely useless. Let's see where the cross necklace is. It's not a movement one. I think it's a health one. No? Combat. Maybe it is a combat one. Yeah, it is. Doubles the duration of a wearer's invincibility. Could be useful, I guess. It could. I reckon it's probably around here. Upper might be useful in certain. That one looks like a dev's wings. Looks like a dev's wings. Yeah, Chrono's wings. And like you get them from defeating bosses in expert mode. Like, what's the point? What's the point if they're not even that good? Depth meter. Depth meter. I think that one can go in here as well. Destroyer emblem. Destroyer emblem. You know, I actually think it could be in here. It could be a little bit better than the cross necklace. The discount card. I actually think it could go up here, even though I don't really use it, because I don't really care for money in the game. Not too much is actually needed to be purchased, but a 20% discount is pretty decent, I think. That's what I think the discount is, miscellaneous. Yeah, 20%, that's pretty good. Flower boots, practically vanity. Diving gear. Because it is early, it's an early game thing. Because it's an early game thing, I'm gonna have it up here. Or I can have it up here. Not as good as that, not as good as that, not as good, not as good, not as good, not as good. Yeah, lower that tier. I think that's a DPS meter. Think that is a damage per second meter. Informational, let's have a look. There it is, damage per second. I'd say it's only good if you're making an informational video about which classes you believe are either the worst or the best, like I'm going to be doing soon. Make sure to stay tuned to my channel. I appreciate it. So I'd say it's practically vanity, but I'd say it's upper practically vanity. These desert boots. I think they're around about here as well. because usually you just go for the Hermes boots. Usually you can just find the Hermes boots. Though sometimes, in fact, if you watch my master mode playthrough, you'll find that I tried looking for the Hermes boots and it was like almost impossible. So I found the ice. I think these versions. I managed to find this version of them. I think they're the Empress wings. Where are the Empress ones? I have to put them here because you can just get the Fishron wings. What the fuck is that? Oh, I think that's a building one. I think that is a building one. Construction. Show. Practically vanity again. Golem eye. That's just the critical strike chance. So actually, I'll put it down in the lower, that one. These ones are almost completely useless because there's no real extra crafting path for them. Fairy wings. You know what? I actually think these are up here. And why do I say that? Because when you're in hard mode, when you just get into hard mode, it can be really hard to find the ingredients for any half decent wings. So the best wings you can hope for are up here. Now the frozen ones, you have to defeat the ice golem, and you're not even guaranteed to get it the first time.